So my father wasn't seeking glasses independence. He just had cataracts that was debilitating him on a daily basis. So it was interfering with his driving and other sort of everyday tasks. He wasn't interested in a multifocal or monovision. He just wanted to see better. But I said to him that really he had nothing to lose and everything to gain by having an EMV set at distance, because you get all the benefits of the monofocal and none of the downsides of trifocals or adaptation to monovision. And so what it's given him is an everyday independence from glasses that is so much easier than his life before his cataract surgery. He's 20/20 N8, so it means that he can leave the house, and if he's forgotten the weak pair of readers that he needs, he doesn't have to go back for them. That was not the case before his surgery. And so it's just given him a new lease of life. He's super happy with it. And I was very happy to recommend it to him because, as I say, I didn't really feel like he was taking any risks. And I knew the benefits that he'd get. So I like the Ray 1 trifocal because the results are great. So it gives patients a huge amount of spectacle independence. Obviously, there's no perfect trifocal out there, so counseling is paramount. But the main thing for me is the refractive accuracy. So I know the importance of getting these patients on target. And whilst laser enhancements aren't the end of the world, it's another trip to surgery. And so if I've got a lens that gives me such good refractive accuracy, then I know I'm going to be doing that as infrequently as possible. So it's like anything in refractive surgery, it's under promise and over deliver. It's counsel, and it's patient selection. So there's no free lunch in the world of trifocals. There is no perfect lens. The Ray 1 trifocal gives a fabulous level of glass independence, but like any, there will be dysphotopsias. So you've just got to make sure that your patient selection is on point. You're not going to put it in someone that's a taxi driver and does loads of driving at night. And you got to make them aware of what their progress is going to be in that. So I'll explain to all patients that, at 2 weeks, you are going to see these. At 6 months, you've probably got a 20% chance that you'll see them. And at 1 year, you've probably got a 5% chance. But then we really lean on the fact that probably 2% will be in that category where perhaps they're debilitated by it. And that's the one. That's the key that they have to understand. And then understand what's the outcomes, what you can do for the patient in that situation. As long as you do all that, then you're gold. So the benefit of it is just repeatability. You know what you're going to get, not only me, but the rest of my surgical team. So that the scrub nurses that we have at Optegra are involved in prepping the lens for me just to get things going nice and quickly. And when you're using trifocals, monofocals, enhanced monofocals, torics, it's all in the same injector, all on the same platform. You just don't have to think too much about that. You're not wasting time. Plus, they're all preloaded. So it just saves time, it saves effort, and just makes things run way better. Sure. So when you're starting with the Ray 1 injector, then it really is slow and steady. So you've got to really carefully watch the leading haptic. It sometimes has a bit of a mind of its own. And so by making sure that you're very carefully watching the position of that, you can react to it. The great thing about the Ray 1 is that it's extremely malleable. You can rotate it, you can manipulate it inside the bag with no problems whatsoever. But it is just being careful, you know exactly where that placement is before just blindly going in. The other thing is that occasionally the lens can be a little bit rapid in the last sort of third of the injector. So again, it's just about being slow and steady, and then you'll be fine. For me, it's simply the easiest injected lens I've experienced in terms of being preloaded. It's extremely malleable and it's repeatable. Lots. I mean, I've always enjoyed the fact that ophthalmology has such a fast pace in terms of technology. It's what drew me towards the specialty in the first place. And I think in the next few years, we're going to see a lot of change in sort of digital workflow and the involvement of AI. And what that will mean is that we're going to see a lot more synergistic working of all our platforms. So we're not logging in to see a patient's file and having to look at 5 different softwares. It's all going to be available to us, potentially on a cloud-based system. And then incorporating that with patient outcomes, both refractive and PROMS data, all in one place. And we're going to be able to have that impact on our work much more because it's going to be so much more readily available. It'll influence our practice a lot more, and that'll just translate into better results for patients.